This segment of Delmarva Life is brought to you by Sussex County Federal Credit Union.
I think it's safe to say we all want to save a few bucks. We tighten up the purse strings where we can, and sometimes it still seems impossible.
While a six-figure inheritance or maybe a high-paying job could land you in the top 1% of earners, experts say it's the little things like your day-to-day money habits that often make the difference between a life of prosperity and one of constant financial stress. No matter how much or how little you have of it now, it's your money habits that dictate how much you'll have later. Financial experts say tackle retirement right away.
When you're 20 years old, you think retirement sounds so far away, but if you start with even a small amount of money and get into the habit of savings, it will make a huge difference down the road.
Also check your withholding. If you received a big return this year, it just means you gave Uncle Sam an interest-free loan from your paycheck throughout the year. Adjust your withholdings to get as much as possible without owing the IRS when you file. And live like a secret rich person. Contrary to the millionaire image of sprawling mansions and shiny Bentleys we see on TV, most wealthy people live well below their means and do more saving than spending, not flashing their money. Now, experts also recommend cleaning up your accounts. Get rid of old checks, statements, and unused accounts. And when it comes to money, the simple truth is many of us just wish that we had more of it. Wouldn't it be nice if it would just grow on trees?
Oh, yes, it would. Well, what if I told you you can turn $1 into $1 million? Well, that's the goal of a group helping others become more financially savvy.
Women, hold on to your purses. Watch your money.
We want to focus on your money, but it's more important than money is also how to grow and manage your wealth.
Attorney, real estate investor, and entrepreneur Teresa Martin heads WISE, Women's Investors Strategic Exchange. Teresa herself lost everything during 9/11 when her business in New York's financial district downsized, destroying her finances. She hopes to help women like herself and others like Natasha Vaughn, who did everything right, always top of her class, climbed the corporate ladder, became vice president at her firm,
and then I got a pink slip.
With little savings, she became homeless. Heather Robinson also found herself in deep debt.
I was buying all these things that had actually no value.
Attorney JEWELL Barnett was also not making sound financial decisions.
These days and times, you're not waiting for a knight in shining armor.
These women are the reasons why WISE was formed. The principles for amassing wealth? First off, Teresa suggests to find residual income, such as real estate. It's the only way to become financially free. Next, start paying into your own Roth IRA and put in the maximum allowed by the IRS. Then research 4 or 5 stocks to buy that you will hold on to for 40 or more years. Set up trusts to shelter your dollars from taxes you'd have to pay in the future. And most importantly, learn to live beneath your means and be able to afford everything you need. These women have learned to live a new life and have now turned their finances around, learning dollars and making sense.
I only look to buy assets.
And hitting rock bottom, you have no choice but to rise.
And rise they will.
WISE members believe the key to growing money is through financial freedom. They say that comes from knowing how to start your own business, even if it's on the side, at night, and on weekends.
Okay, so we've learned how to save money and how to grow the money that we have. But there are still so many things to know when it comes to your dollars and cents.
From back-to-school finances to managing a budget when you're on vacation, even securing a mortgage. Today, we're getting answers to some of your money questions.
So here to help are SHAREE Coleman, Vice President of Marketing, and Debbie Jewell, who is Business Development Manager with Sussex County Federal Credit Union. Thanks for coming in so
You're
much.
welcome. Good afternoon.
We are going to share some questions that have been asked that we would like for you to answer. Okay, so here's our first.
When the kids head back to school, what's a good way to pay for school supplies?
If you haven't planned for school supplies into your monthly budget, an affordable way to pay for back-to-school necessities is with a Visa Platinum credit card. With a rate as low as 8%, it makes it more affordable to pay off that balance sooner because more of your payment will go towards the balance as opposed to going towards interest. Additionally, if you have a student heading off to college, there might be some unexpected expenses that arise, and to provide peace of mind both for the student and for the parent, you can provide them with a student Visa credit card just to pay for those unexpected expenses. You can also establish a low credit limit so you don't have the fear of that credit card being misused or incurring a large credit balance and charges that maybe the student or parent can't afford.
Ah, okay. All right. So our next question has to do with vacation. Many people are still taking their vacations, and one person wants to know, how can they make it stress-free?
How can I make a deposit to my account when I'm away from home?
Good question, huh?
It is a great question. And if you are away from home and need to make a deposit via a check, someone gives you a check that you need to deposit, you can tap our mobile banking app on your smartphone. You simply sign the check, take a picture of the front and the back with your smartphone, upload it directly to your account, and that's it. Once it shows up in your account balance, which you can also check on the mobile app or in online banking, then you can shred the check and your deposit is safely done. If you are visiting relatives in another state, for instance, and you're not sure exactly, maybe you can't do it on your mobile app and you prefer to walk into a branch, Sussex County Federal Credit Union is one of over 5,000 credit union branches that participates in what's called the Shared Branching Network. So when you're in another state and you need to make a deposit or withdraw cash, simply go online to coopsharedbranch.org. You can type in the zip code of the town you're in or the state that you're visiting, and it will tell you where the nearest branch is that you can walk into and conduct your transaction.
Wow, how about that? Okay, still trying to squeeze out that vacation. Got another question about vacation.
What's the easiest way that you can manage your money on vacation? Because we really need it.
Just a little side note here. She's a former Rockette.
She's a former Rockette.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love that.
Okay, so on the road, on vacation, how to do it best?
Sure. In order to manage your money while you're on vacation, take Sussex County Federal Credit Union with you through our mobile and online account access. We do have a platform that allows you to go online, whether it's through your mobile device, whether it's online, and you can view your transactions, you can make transfers, you can review recent history. So you can really stay on top of where your balance is, where your money's being spent while you're on vacation.
Okay, so switching gears a little bit, first-time homeowners have a ton of questions, and we have some for you today. Take a listen.
Is it possible to buy a home without a down payment?
That's another good one.
Yes, it is, and it's a great question. A lot of people ask it. We have several options. The first being we do offer up to 100% financing for qualified borrowers for a mortgage with no down payment, no PMI, and no points. If the purchase price of the home is under $250,000, then you have that option. If the purchase price of the home is over $250,000, we offer a 90% financing option with a low 10% down payment. So it definitely is possible to still purchase a home without a down payment.
Okay. All right. Well, we got another question about mortgage.
How soon can I be approved for a mortgage?
Being a local lender, making local decisions, one of the nice benefits is that once we receive an application for a mortgage, we can actually make the decision from that application within 3 business days. And then if all else goes well, we can go to settlement within 30 days. So we do have a very unique product that does make the American dream of home ownership a reality. And again, a 3-day decision process is all that it can take to get you into that home of your dreams.
All right. Our next question has to do with our bank card and swiping it. This is a question I hear a lot.
When I swipe my debit card, why does it ask me if I want debit or credit?
Why?
It's funny. This question really pertains to how would you like your transaction processed? And what that means is if you choose debit when using your Visa debit card, that transaction is considered an online transaction. You are required to enter a PIN, and the funds are immediately deducted from your checking account. If you choose credit, that is a signature-based transaction or a credit-based transaction. To authorize it, we need your signature either on the receipt or on a signature pad, and that is considered an offline transaction, which requires the merchant and the card issuer to go through a settlement process. That could take up to 3 days for the funds to be deducted from your account. However, what you have to keep in mind is they will still be deducted even though you chose credit. It's still being deducted from your checking account balance, so you want to keep that in mind.
They're taking the money.
Yes, but also the other advantage to using a credit-based transaction or doing your signature is that Visa offers a zero liability policy. So if there is some type of problem or unauthorized event occurring on that transaction, you will not be held liable for that transaction.
Good
provided
information.
your account's in good standing.
There you go.
Thank you
Sharee,
so much.
Thank you,
Sharee.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys coming in.
And to read more from Sussex County Federal Credit Union about money management, go to WBOC.com. Click on our picture at the top of the page.
So, from your cold hard cash to a new type of currency, have you ever heard of Bitcoins? Well, they're gaining popularity, but you really need to be careful. Up next on Tell More of a Life, we're going to learn all about Bitcoins, why you would use them, and if there are any risks associated with them.
And the savings have just begun this afternoon. Did you ever think a window treatment could help you save money? A little later, find out what type can help lower your heating and cooling costs. Del Mar of Life, we'll be right back.